Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play the Guild of Dungeoneering. And when we last left off, we got an apprentice who got all the way to the final encounter and then perished. Well, the final encounter of that mission. We can expand the guild, though, which we might in fact do. Having +1 health might help, especially when you consider that the majority of the apprentice's abilities do not rely on physical damage. Also, the Talisman of the Trickster allows you to get +1 loot choices on the first 2 fights. Not that good, but we will build a hidden den to get a cat burglar.
Up until now, we've all had some fun, and you could say you've come very far. But brace yourself for some woeful cat puns. Now that we have a cat burglar.
Awesome Possum. Welcome to the Guild of Dungeoneering. It's infuriating. Welcome to the cat puns as well. We shall go exploring. I think we're going to give the victimless crime here another go. I think we're going to pick the bruiser once again, and hopefully we're not going to do as terribly. We need to complete this one. And we have most of the equipment that we'd normally be able to get. So we're better equipped than we were last time. Unfortunately, we have the minor problem of the fact that Luther is heading towards the monster. However, you're going to go that way now. If we put a goblin, a knoll there, it will at least hold you up. Which is good. It buys us a turn. Level 1 monster, please? Yes, loads of level 1 monsters, actually. Absolutely loads of them. We want to actually go this way right now. Is that a positive one? It is a positive one. Excellent. We didn't put a monster, however, to block the Mimic Queen, which is not good. Really not good, actually. We could be in trouble purely for the fact that we did that. But we didn't actually have... Well, we did have, but I chose not to, and I probably should have. That's cost us a turn, but it has meant that we can now make our way over here quite easily. Arcane Wand, not that good. Cuppa, not that good. +1 health it is, I guess. We can indeed run, but we can't hide. So we would only have a few turns at this point. However, we're going to put a gem here. We're going to put an imp here. We're going to put some coins here. Definitely lure us over this way. There we go. In theory, actually, you could keep delaying the mimic for as long as you need to by putting monsters in front of it. We're going to need to delay this mimic for a long time if we're going to have any chance of defeating it. Because at this rate, it's not going to go so well. Fortunately, this mimic is doing pretty badly. The Mimic Queen, a lot nastier than just the mimic. And I do believe we've won now. Haha! You may have been hit, but we hit harder. Good loot? Good loot! Scimitar. Or maybe I should have took the club. The club certainly would have helped. Ah. All of these are bad. We could take the Bandito. We could take the Bandito. We could take the Fire Elemental. We're going to put a Bandito here, purely to distract it, while we desperately think of alternate routes that we can take. That is another positive one as well. That's pretty good. Buy us a turn, Bandito! Buy us a turn. Thank you. And we can buy ourselves more turns. Unfortunately, this does involve having to fight either a Fire Elemental or a Bear Owl. To be fair, actually, we could just keep building pathways here forever and just looting loads of money. And in fact, it's still a fair bit behind us. Unfortunately, all the potential nice encounters have disappeared and we're replaced with, like, level 3 monsters, which is kind of bad. So we're going to have to try and fight this bear owl. Easier said than done. Bear owls are nasty. Fortunately, we have a lot of cards to choose from. So we're just going to start dealing damage really early on. Having the scimitar there, if we'd have had that card there, that would have been pretty good, because we would have dealt bonus damage. Actually, if he deals an unblockable attack soon, we'll actually be able to kill him like that. In fact, we have actually killed him already. Kapow! Thou art dead. Excellent! Level 4. Do we get a nice piece of loot? A sword, a spear, or a hat? I suppose we're taking the hat. It's really not what we wanted, but it's a hat, I suppose. What else do we get? Well, we could fight another bear owl, I guess. Put a bandito there and a massive gem here. Hopefully we'll be able to succeed in this mission. Let's have a look. Ooh. To be fair, there's not really much we can do here. But because we took that fountain, it means this monster's predictable. We're actually going to take the restore ability here. Just cancel each other out. Oh, we actually gained actual permanent health points there. That was interesting. Didn't know that would happen. Didn't know that would happen. Suppose we'll actually try and deal a point of damage. 1 point of damage dealt is not the worst thing in the world. We can oi here, and I hope we get our slice ability from our scimitar, which we didn't. And now the fury hits start coming in. We need to deal damage fast. Or we need to at least stem the bleeding using Rekindle, which will restore a health point. And now we have the thing that we didn't want, which was the... Now we have this. Fortunately, we have defeated him, and with an oi we shall fell this bear owl. And get some good loot. Good loot! Right, this will give us armor 1. This will give us that. This will give us armor 1 and tenacious, which we will do. Now we're level 4. I'm not sure there are any level 4 monsters the game's going to throw at us, though. There is a bandito. We might be ready for a bandito. We're going to have to be ready for a bandito, because I've just put a bandito down. Alright, people. Here's a bandito. They have armed 5. And that is all of their perks, and they are pretty good cards, as you can quite plainly see. They're pretty good. So hopefully, we're strong enough to deal with them. I mean, Strike is a pretty uneventful card. That is a good card to see, because it's unblockable, which means you can actually deal 3 points of damage because of our dice ability. Now all we need to do is deal 2 points of damage, or just start blocking damage. So actually, the Bandito turned out... Look at that card! That is an armed 5 card. Deal 3 points of damage, block 2. Fortunately, I had a point of magic attack, which means we won. Which means we can actually take the red mail, which will provide us with counter. We're actually doing pretty well when it comes to actual loot. We could put more bear owls in. Bear owls are not so bad anymore. We're only going to go so far, though. Mainly because we actually do want to fight the Mimic Queen at some point. What we really want is some very nice equipment. We want a better helmet. We want the skull cap is what we primarily want. We want to block these this charge, though, from the Feral 3 card. And we have nothing to block that with, so we'll just counter a pain with an oi. Hopefully we're actually going to survive this fight. This main fight. We don't want to actually Die to the Mimic Queen. Kapow. We're doing pretty good, though. Aha! Look at that. I think actually because of the way the armor things work, they're actually look at how they stack. We have armor 3 and armor 4. So I think that's actually how that works. They actually do stack together. Look at Brace, which is like resist everything. I dare say we're actually possibly ready to fight the Mimic Queen. So let's go. Brace is a wonderful card. We have a massive deck of cards. Look at that. Block all physical damage and plus 2 physical damage for your next attack. We're going to use Brace here. Blocks everything. Blocks absolutely everything and we draw a card. That's good. That's really good. We actually don't want to lose any of these cards, so we're going to use Repel, which is extreme overkill. And then we're going to use Bite, which deals even more damage. And then we're going to use an Oi, because we can't block any of this. Finish off with a nice Tri-Chump. Kapow. Victory indeed. Okay, we already have one of those. That... ooh. No, actually, we really don't want to lose that. So I think we shall just sell this for 3 gold. Now it's catching up with us. It knows exactly where we might be. So let's go this way. Oh, for some reason we are not going this way. We are not going this way for some reason. So let's put another bear owl here. I don't know why he wants to go all the way down into that... maybe it prioritizes unexplored areas to explored areas. Who knows? Who knows? We actually want to use dice here at this point. Mainly to try and get rid of those 2 extra points of health you just got. Now we're going to use Shield Wall. We got an achievement for using a very powerful card there, which gives us plus 2 damage to our next attack. We'll use Brace, so we can deal some spiky damage, and draw a card. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use Counter. The block may not work, but the 4 points of damage certainly did. Kapow. I believe victory occurred there. And we got another wooden shield. Swords are exactly the same as scimitars, so we shall just sell that. And I do believe now, if we put a monster down here, be another bear owl, we will then fight the Mimic Queen next turn. And hopefully win. Hopefully. Might as well just use an Oi here. We actually look very adventure-y. Very much like an adventurer. Might as well use Get Out of Here because we have a counter card which is actually better. See here, we're just going to block everything. Kapow. And hit you with that. And then we're going to counter again, which will activate the Fury, but we only need to deal 1 point of damage. Or block 1 point of damage. Haha! Cool item? No, another wooden shield. I'll take it. Now it's the Mimic Queen, for vengeance is hers! Here we go! That's a lot of health. However, Mimic Queen is brittle. Taking 4+ damage in 1 turn causes 2 extra damage, and ow, that hurts. But that's an unblockable attack, which means we get to deal 3 points of damage. Now, there's a lot of magic attacks that come their way from the Mimic Queen, but there are also some physical attacks as well, which we can use to deal spiky damage. I do believe with the cards we have here, we just have so many good cards that we have quite capably won. Yeah, there's not really much the Mimic Queen's going to be able to do here. Which means... block everything, draw a card. I love that card. So the armor things actually do sort of stack. If I'd previously said that they didn't, that's my fault, because they clearly do stack in some variety. Block everything! Hit you in the face with spikiness for overkill! And victory! We actually won.
Well, this is really just quite surprising. Aren't Dungeoneers just cannon fodder?
Nope.
But against all odds, they keep surviving. They're so dumb. Why even bother?
We won. Aha! And when we come back, folks, we shall buy more upgrades to the Guild of Dungeoneering. And then we'll go deal with another area. So I'll catch you next time, and I'll see you then. Later.